everyone. Welcome to your Tuesday morning video. So yesterday you did the pre-assessment where you looked at the different videos, you answered the questions in full sentences, and you would have shared that with me yesterday. So that kind of started to lay the foundation for what you're going to do today. And a little bit different than what we've done before, because in the past we've done our pre-lab or our pre-assessment, whatever it happened to be. Then we did a whiteboarding session, and then we kind of went on to the big picture notes. Being that this is a conceptual start and a qualitative start, we don't have that whiteboarding piece just because we don't really have data to compare and contrast. We will next week or the week after. Soon, it's coming. Nope, the week after. Yes. Sorry. Next week you will have still a conceptual style application, but then the week after that, that is when we'll kind of get into the real quantitative stuff. But before we can do any of that, we do have to get a foundation of what is a force, how do we define it, what are the different types, and then how do we show them interacting with each other? Because at any given point, any given object, system, whatever it happens to be, has all these different forces interacting on it. Some we see, some we don't. So what you're going to do for today is look at two different videos. So it'll be these first two, and then you're going to have a reading that's going to come from, it's called The Physics Classroom. So week one, you may have started to look at this website called The Physics Classroom. It is a really, really good resource. They do an excellent job of providing notes as well as problems, as well as interactive pieces. So like interactive simulations. So we're going to use them a lot because they truly are a good resource. And what you're going to do as you go through these three different links is you are going to microblog. So don't forget that microblogging really is just tweeting. But in an educational format, you are not putting this on Twitter, but it does have the same characteristics. So um, remember that to tweet, oh, there we go, it's only 40 characters. So these tweets are not meant to be these long, elaborate set of notes. They're meant to be, here are my quick highlights. Here are the things that I think I want to remember, I think are important. Here's my quick bit of information. So it's roughly like a sentence, maybe a little bit longer of a sentence, but it's a sentence at most. And then you add an appropriate hashtag. So something that'll help you remember, something that is catchy. I do like looking at the hashtags because I think you guys are pretty clever with those. So for this one, I believe you actually have 15 pieces. If we go back, yes, I'm sorry, 15 in total. Oh, didn't catch that. Yeah, 15 in total. So this is no longer 10 like it was for a previous piece. It is 15 pieces total that you're going to get from those three different links. So maybe you do 5, 5, and 5. Maybe you end up taking a little bit more from the reading than you did the video, but maybe you're someone who takes more from the video than you did the reading. It's really just kind of dependent on your learning style, which one you're going to take more from. But I should see evidence of all three of those links within your microblogs. So like I said, a total of 15 from these three different pieces. And instead of just simply uploading them and sharing them with me, you're actually going to share your microblogs with your classmates. So your community discussion for this week will be your microblogging. And this is one of the things that I had in two or three of my grad classes. I have taken a lot of online courses, like into the 20s, 23, 24, 25. I've taken a lot between my undergrad and my graduate courses. So I'm fairly familiar with, at least from the college aspect, what the online classes are going to be kind of expecting from you, the different formats that they're going to be expecting. So because of that, I do try to tailor some of the things that we do so that you are familiar with some of the expectations and some of the formats that you're going to have if you choose to go the college route. Because the fact of the matter is you will eventually have an online course. There are just things within your schedule that are going to prevent you from having some sit down class. And in most of your classes anymore, if they don't use D2L, which is Desire to Learn, that's a pretty big format that colleges are using. But pretty much all of your classes have some online component, even if that online component is just submitting things. I even had that for like my chemistry courses had an online component. So it's not uncommon to have that piece anymore. So I want to, at least as best as I can, familiarize you with some of the different ways that they're going to set up expectations, assignments, discussions in those different virtual learning settings. This is one of the ways that I have seen, and like I said, 3 of my classes was that this concept of microblogging, uploading your microblog, and then discussing it with your classmates. And one of the really good things about the microblog, and I will admit I was kind of skeptical at first, but as I kept doing them, I realized that they were really helpful because we get to the point where sometimes we're either watching a video or we're doing a reading and we just start to skim. It happens. I do it. Everybody does it. You eventually start to skim over it, and you start to miss kind of key things. Or maybe you didn't skim, but you just read something and you said, okay, and you kept going. But someone else will highlight that piece of information, and maybe they'll have a hashtag that you're like, oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. This is more important than I thought it was. And that honestly happened a lot for me while I was going through those different classes. Is, we'd have 20 pages of reading and I would skim over this little section only to realize, hey, 10 of the 15 other people in this class highlighted this section. This hashtag made sense. Maybe I should go back and take a look at this, or maybe now something has clicked because of what they said, because of their highlight. So that's why we're going to go and do this microblogging. And my goal for you is to go through these blogs and kind of do just what I did. Go through and see, hey, did I miss something that someone else highlighted? Did I miss a definition? Did I skim over this and not realize that it was important as it was? And that's really what you're going for. So you're going to respond to at least 5 blogs from your classmates. So realistically, you should pick 5 different people that you're going through, looking over their different microblogs and somehow furthering the conversation. And that may be just saying, hey, you highlighted this. I missed that. You know, I got this part and this part, but I missed the link. Thank you for highlighting that link for me. I now see how we got from A to B. Or somehow extend the conversation. This should not be, hey, great microblog. I agree. It should somehow be furthering what you did in your own video, your own readings, and then furthering the discussion with your classmates. So just saying, hey, great job, that doesn't count. But if you extend that conversation in some way, then you're all good. So I hope that kind of helps. I will, at the top of here, I will put up an example. I realize that I didn't do that at the start, but I will put an example up here for you so you can kind of see the format. As far as the microblogging, you've already done microblogging before, so I don't think we necessarily need an example for that. But I'll go ahead and put up an example of what would count as a quality response. But again, as long as you are interacting and not just saying great job, you're pretty much okay. You're set on your responses. All right. Well, I think that is everything for today. Good luck, and let me know if you have any questions as you're going through here. The videos are fairly short. The reading is pretty much at your own pace. Just make sure that get those microblogs up. And I would like you to do the microblogs sooner rather than later. I did say by midnight tonight. That really should be the latest that you're uploading those, because come Wednesday, The very first thing that you're going to do on Wednesday is respond to those microblogs. So one of the points that I should have made at the beginning, and I apologize, is Tuesday you are only focusing on creating your own microblogs. On Wednesday, you're responding. So realistically, this video is your Tuesday video and your Wednesday video because that's what you're going to be doing for part one. And then step two is really just the big picture. So you'll have enough videos to kind of watch with that. So really take this video today as your Tuesday and your Wednesday video to just really highlight, hey, what's going on with our microblogging discussion? All right, I think that is it. I will see you potentially for the Wednesday video in the morning if we need to highlight anything. But realistically, you're just going to be going through the different big picture videos. All right, have a good day.